Hi, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Receipts podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's a full episode.
Mm-hmm.
We are here in full force, full fat milk, fully yours. Everything that is full, our hearts, all the fullness from us to you.
It sure is. Hi, everyone. It's your girl, Tolly T.
And just call me Audrey.
What's going on? How are you?
I'm really well, thank you, babe. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much.
Do you remember when we used to do like the buses? We used to be like, episode
gosh,
1 through
yeah.
3. What?
I thought that was valid.
Where does this bus go?
So do you have a 246 bus?
I don't, you know.
I don't have a 246 bus.
I don't know if a
either.
246 bus went anywhere in London, but if
Yeah.
it does, please feel free to let us know in the comments what
I'll
the
be
route
honest.
is.
I'll be honest. It's been a long time since I've been on the bus. And that's
Okay,
not
yeah.
a thingy thing. It's just because anywhere I could take a bus to, my mind is like, I'll just walk. I mean, not you. But like anywhere, like as in, I don't like long bus journeys. If there's long bus journeys, I'll take a train.
Yeah,
Anywhere that's a bus ride, I'll walk. I have
Yeah.
not been on a bus in so long.
I frequent the bus quite frequently because where I live, so for example, say I want to go Brixton.
Oh yeah, you do
Right.
just jump on a bus quickly.
It's so much easier
Yeah.
because where I live, the bus stop to Brixton is right outside my house.
Mhm.
And then it will take me right to Brixton Station. Whereas if I were to drive, I'd be circling the block and everything's
I
one way,
can't
one way, one way, one
stand
way, one
driving
way.
in Brixton.
I would be looking for parking till thy kingdom come, and I could have definitely just gotten on the
But
bus.
then you could have walked it.
I can
Yeah.
walk, but it's not that close. It's like a 45-minute walk.
Okay, fair.
But when the weather's nicer, I'm partial to walking. I don't like walking necessarily, but I don't mind it when the weather's nice. And also with walking, it depends on the kind of walk. Like if there's gonna be bare hills and I'm gonna be like, so for example, you know from like Bond Street
Yeah.
to Tottenham Court Road, that is not a nice walk.
Yeah, I completely hear you on that.
I
completely hear
that
you on
is
that.
not
Bond
a
Street,
nice
Tottenham Court
walk.
Road.
Yeah.
It's because there are so many people.
So many people
It's
are
just
ducking and diving
heaving
and
of
dodging.
people.
It's awful.
It should be fun because it's a straight road.
Because it's straight.
It's just a straight road.
It's
If you're
straight.
jumping and do a straight road, but there
Mhm.
were so many
Yeah.
people,
Mm.
and they're just like hanging around. Just many people hanging around. Speaking of that, Topshop are making noise. I don't know what they're doing, but maybe
Yeah, there's
it's a
some
shop,
rumblings about
But
Topshop.
there's a if Topshop is back. Oh no, I mean Topshop is still around. Topshop is on ASOS, but Topshop is such a cult. It's the best. Even on ASOS, it still has some of the best clothes. The buyers
the
and
quality
designers
as well was always
at
really
Topshop
good.
are. I will always love you for the Joni. What?
That was the best jean to
Me
ever
and the
touch my
Joni
eyes.
were like this.
Yeah, Joni,
Like,
Joni.
like, I would save up money to buy the Joni.
A Joni, they used to sat.
And I would wear it to the length of, do you know when you get the rip between your thighs? That's how
Yeah.
much I would wear my Joni till it got a rip between the thighs.
to the
and then I'll
wires
buy
come out,
another one.
to the wheels fall off.
So the wheels fall off.
To the wires come out.
If you don't know the Joni was just like high-waisted, skinny
sucks
jeans.
everything in.
But it just,
Do people still wear skinny jeans now?
apparently they're coming back.
Oh.
Do you know what? I'm sick of trends. Just wear what the fuck you want.
Yeah, because I do think sometimes they're necessary.
I mean, I say that.
a skinny jean.
Men should never bring that
Not
shit back.
overly skinny. There was a time where, do you remember
Do you
that
remember Essex
era?
look of the,
Oh, it was like, no, they were so tight. Yeah, they looked like they were going to burst at the seams.
like,
But then they would have like a smart coat and a mohawk.
yeah.
That was,
No,
was,
when black men started getting there were some
that
things
was not a good time.
that we should just say, you know what, that's not for
No,
us.
you know, Nick used to bang mohawks. He used to and he loves to act as if
Wait, when
he-
you met him, did you have a mohawk?
he didn't have one. Okay, so basically they came into fashion when we got together,
And then he got it.
and then but he had it for
That's the
time,
grounds to leave.
time.
That warrants you leaving.
And it was proper like the thing, and all the men had them then. But when I first met him, he
Yeah.
didn't have that. But then he proper had one. But the thing with mohawks and black men is when they grow out,
It's disgusting.
look
It's
mad.
It's disgusting. And it was a mohawk, a skinny jeans, and a Lau and Scott polo t-shirt.
Oh my god, that was
Like,
the fashion.
that was the look. That was
with the smart
look.
with the smart coat.
Yeah, no. And also, I'm so happy that men are not doing that overly tight top anymore.
No, it's
You
not
know,
it.
really muscular men.
Yeah,
and the
even
tight
if you're
tops that will
really,
cut
even
off,
if you've
it's
got a
just
muscly body,
disgusting.
I'd like relaxed look on men. Do you know what I mean?
Okay,
I like
yeah.
a very relaxed fit of everything. Like, I don't want overly baggy. Okay, like FUBU.
You don't want
But I
overly
also
tight.
don't want overly tight. Somewhere in the middle is just fitted well. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Just fitted and tailored, like
Do you like men in crop tops?
crop tops, like in the 80s.
No, big men are wearing crop tops.
No, that's not a bit of me. I'm so sorry. I know it might sound like toxic femininity, but no. That's not a bit of me.
I mean, I barely like women in crop tops.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Let's don't like a crop top is the thing. I want to start buying clothes. This is the only thing about that might be good about this, how everybody going back to being conservative, is that I can finally find a dress that's not cut out.
Oh my God, fucking hell, man. Fill those holes up.
Do you know the pain of just scrolling? Like, I like this dress. But the time it gets to the third picture, you're like,
the sides.
For God's sake.
And it's always like a triangle cut out at the side. It's just like, no.
The back of the sides. Like, where am I going to put my titty?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, make space for my boobs, please. So that might be the only thing good about conservative
fashion. The thing is, even with the men wearing crop tops, I do think it's just like a certain man that can, like, you have to have a certain body type as a man to get away with that.
No, you cannot.
No, you do. I'm sorry. You have to have a certain body type to be a man in a crop top. Okay? Like, every man can't wear a crop top. Like, I'm sorry.
Big boys, you are beautiful.
No, that was your unconscious bias because I didn't say anything about big.
What did you mean then? What did you mean then?
What did you mean then? I said a certain body type.
What's the body type? What did you mean? What's the body type?
So I was thinking more like, you know, like boys, not boys, you know, like men that have more kind of, not childlike bodies, but like, you know, like bodies that are like akin to more feminine. That's what I was thinking. And you can be akin to feminine and be on the bigger side.
Whatever, change the subject. Because I cannot stand you and your lying, deceptive ways. You make me sick.
No, the certain body type. That also, no. Big men, you can wear crop tops if you want. That's not what I was getting at all. At all. No, I'm joking. I just don't really like crop tops.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Especially not like proper high ones. I don't know. Maybe if I had a six pack, I'd feel differently. But
it's not my favorite. Yeah, do you know what it is? I think it feels childish to me. So it's a grown up thing for me.
Yeah, especially a crop top if they've got words on it.
Yeah. Like my niece is
exactly.
wears a crop top with words
like
on
back in the day, they used to be like kind of like the emos and the goths used to wear them.
Remember Choose Love?
Choose Love. I remember where that conversation led us last time. But also there was like, Barbie is a slut.
I've never seen a Barbie as a slut.
Yeah, so basically back in the day,
What?
Like the goths and like the emos and stuff, they used to wear crop tops that said Barbie is a slut.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was kind of like the anti.
Did you ever have an emo stage?
No, never. Not even close.
In my household.
No, not even close.
The closest thing I got was a deep fringe.
Yeah, exactly, with those very straight fringes. But I don't even affiliate that with gothicness because back then it's like you'd have the proper side sweeping fringe and it was bone straight, and then you would have like matte pink lipstick with no lip liner. Oh my! And really dark eyes. I mean, that is kind of gothic adjacent, but I don't think that's where we were going with it.
Do you remember the time of the like having too many bundles in your hair? Like I'd have that.
Oh, those were the good old days.
Thick, yeah, like your hair.
Those were like 2 bundles, sis. Now to get that look, you need like 8 packs.
Yeah. You'd have like 3-4 bundles, and it was like thick, full weave, and the swoop was full as fuck.
But no, do you know what was mad? Full lace weaves.
I never had a full lace weave. I don't know what you are talking about.
Okay, so basically, and I never had them either. They were so bad, but they were like, so you know, like for the most part, everyone had leave out. Yeah. And then there was the other option to have it full, so it would be like completely sewn, but you didn't have any hair up, but it was a weave.
Oh, like as in no hair out. I used to do that. I banged that one out. Like it was closed, and they used to get a circle in the middle when they weave it into a circle. I had that.
God,
no. And you had the fringe. I used to have it with the fringe.
Yeah, you only because some people would still try and do that with middle part.
No.
But if you had a fringe, it wasn't as bad because the fringe would like just be on the top of your head. Yeah, you know what I mean? But no, full weaves were mad.
I don't care if anyone supports me or not.
And we didn't have closures.
The invisible part was the worst.
No, that was disgusting.
The invisible
ain't nothing about that invisible, baby. We see you.
The invisible part, we see each other. The invisible part was such a stupid hairstyle.
No, it was so bad.
And you could see there was a line in the middle. You could never see the bit of. It was
you could literally see the wefts. The 2 wefts were like meeting somewhere, and that was supposed to be a party. Are you taking the fucking
piss?
Hair has
come such a long way.
Like I could have never imagined like having like a closure.
I could have never thought when I was younger, you couldn't tell me that I'd ever wear a wig.
Same.
I'd be like, no,
never. That's what I would like. Yeah,
why would I wear a wig? I would never thought I'd put a wig on my head. And the fact that that's like let's keep it moving.
Yep. No.
Yeah, that me wearing a wig is a surprise to me because I'd be like, oh no.
Yeah.
Like,
I never
sew in, go to Crown and Glory, get my little raffle ticket, wait the whole
whole day.
The whole day waiting at Crown and Glory. Crown and Glory was a restaurant in South London.
Yeah.
And I remember I used to take myself all the way to Elephant and Castle. And Elephant Castle get a bus to the thingy. And it used to be so busy that they'd give you a raffle ticket.
And you just have to wait for your number to be called.
Yeah, and people would get there from like 9 a.m, 8 a.m.
People coming from all over London.
All over, because it was £25. You're going to get your
And they had good quality hair, you know.
Yeah.
So I used to buy my bundles from there.
Because remember there was a time they stopped accepting premium now.
Yeah.
They got very strict. No, premium too. You had to get higher quality hair, but it was still fine because again, it was £25 to do it. So you didn't even mind spending a bit more on your bundles because you're going to pay £25 to do your hair.
Exactly.
And then you get your raffle ticket. There was a Nando's across the road from it. You go eat your lunch there, you take a book, and you just wait. You
just be there all
Sometimes they came out your hair and they make you sit down
and
wait
the
for
thing
someone else.
I can get with that because you were paying £25.
Oh, that's what I mean. £25.
The girlies now want to give you that same treatment, but ask you for £160.
But there was even order. They got raffle tickets. You knew what it was. Come early, get your number, and
if you're number 85, then you know what that is.
If you get there after 12, forget it. Get your head done that day.
Like, unless you don't mind going home at 10 p.m.
Get it.
But yeah, that was the time. But even like with hair, it was just like, when did we make the transition? Because it was just hair in packets. Like
packets, yeah.
And then it became bundles.
I remember the first pair of bundles I bought, and they were so expensive. Honestly, I had them for.
But you could use them, yeah.
I had them for about 5 years.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Those bundles, and because I used to do sewings, take it out, wash it, put it back in my head. Like I had those bundles full time. You can't get good bundles like that anymore. It's quite hard.
They're very thin.
Just bundles.
And everyone's rebranding, everything is raw hair. All of that is not all raw. Do you know what I mean?
I don't even give a shit about raw. I just want it to look nice. I don't actually care.
The thing is, I just don't want it, because remember when you had bad hair, it used to tangle at the back and it didn't used to lay down.
Oh, the worst thing about bad hair is when you go clubbing.
Oh, and because we used to dance.
You go home and you're sweated, you've danced. You know, get that knot of hair at the back.
Big
that's just
dreadlock at the back. Oh.
And then you're now spending your life, and then just shedding. It was like you could tell a black girl was sick.
Shedding was bad.
Follow us.
Shedding was embarrassing. Yeah,
what a time!
What a time!
And did you ever have a time when your ponytail fell off?
No.
Oh, I had a ponytail. I thought every black girl had a ponytail.
To be fair, I never really had like a ponytail attached like that.
Okay,
do you know what I mean? So when I used to have ponytails, I used to do bonding. So it was always glued in.
Clip ponytail.
Yeah, and the one that you clip and then pull.
Yeah.
A drawstring ponytail is wild.
No, I can't lie. I'll still bang a drawstring ponytail, right? I will still bang out of drawstring ponytail. Do you know the convenience of a drawstring?
Yeah.
Clip it in drawstring, that thing, tie the string around you. Those were the good convenient days of ponytails. When it mattered up, you go to the hair shop, get them for £20.
Yeah.
We go again.
Those are the good old days.
I will still use it. If you give me a human hair drawstring ponytail, I'll use it.
Yeah, if it can be discreet, I'm not mad at it.
I'm
not mad at it if it can be discreet. Yeah.
Absolutely use it. Anyway, what's up? What's good? How is life treating you?
Life is A-okay. You know, we're outside. I'm here.
The weather's getting better.
The weather is getting betterish. Like, you know, we've said it here many a times. When the weather is nice in London, oh my God, you can do anything in Jesus' name.
In the sky. Oh,
why?
Why would
like,
I want to be anywhere else?
Honestly, it's been lovely. Just been out and about. Yeah, same old.
What's happening in celebrity culture? What's going on?
Do you know what? Yeah, it's kind of old, but I still want to talk about it.
Who's?
So Millie Bobby Brown, is that her name?
The one from Stranger Things. Yeah.
Did you hear about her calling out journalists?
Oh no, for what?
So basically, I didn't know that she was married to John Bon Jovi's son, by the way. This is like...
Sorry, is she not 12?
No, she's a big woman now, you know. She's a big woman.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she's married to John Bon Jovi's son.
Okay, tell me more.
That's got nothing to do with anything I'm about to say, but it was just a little fun fact. So I had no idea she was married. But yeah, I don't even know how old she is now. She must be 20. I'm
searching it.
She's in her 20s. I don't know, but she's a young woman. And basically, she took to like her Instagram or her TikTok, I can't remember what social media platform it was, and called out journalists that had been body shaming her.
Oh, people have been body shaming her?
Yeah, and people have been body shaming her because she's been doing some red carpet stuff lately.
21.
Yeah, she's a baby girl.
So she's still 12.
She's very young. Yeah, just the other way around. And she took to her TikTok to basically call out, and she name dropped these journalists who had really horrible, nasty things to write about her appearance. And it was quite sad because she was saying that how like when you're a celebrity child, people want to freeze you in time, and they just cannot accept the fact that you've grown up. And like people had been calling her all sorts of things. I'm not necessarily tapped into that world, but I saw the video. when she made it. And I just felt really sorry for her. So she called out these journalists by name and she read out the horrific like headlines that they'd written about her. And it was like, why does what's her name? Millie Bobby Brown look so old? Why does Millie Bobby Brown like, how much work has she had done? Why is she aging like this? And like just really like just misogynistic sort of
I feel like
headlines.
Magazines and women have always, and celebrity women is always, and it's always like magazines aimed, I mean, I guess not so much now, it's physical magazines, it's online things. It's always been magazines or things aimed at women that say the worst things about women. Like if you think about the era of Pamela Anderson and all of that, or even the era of there was zoom in on a beach picture and there was circle the cellulite. Or they will circle the stomach over the thingy. It's always, those things have been happening for a very, very long time. I'm not saying that they're right. I think what always spins me is that they are aimed at other women.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's such a weird thing that like somehow other women are getting the satisfaction of hearing someone talk negatively about another woman's body.
Yeah.
And I've always been so puzzled by that. Like, hey, why is this a thing that they think we want to consume? Why does Women's Own or Women's Magazine think that I want to see them circle a celebrity's cellulite?
Probably because those things are the ones that do the best.
And they do.
Do you know what I mean? Which is crazy. And maybe there is an element of that. Like, these people seem to have it all. They seem to be perfect. They're always like done up to the nines, perfect hair, perfect bodies. So when there's things like that up for consumption where you can just kind of like tear them down, people lean into it. But she called out the journalists. Well, she called out a bunch of journalists, but one journalist responded. And I don't want to say her name, so I don't want to pile up on the person, but she kind of responded and she was very apologetic. And she basically, and it was so funny because in her thing, people were like, oh, imagine saying sorry and you're reading from a script. I'm sorry. Like, and I'm not necessarily defending her, but I'm defending her right to read from a script. Like sometimes you've got things like you can't always talk from the heart.
There's no right way to apologise.
Oh my God.
Like if somebody is messed up, there's actually no right way to apologise. Especially if it's like an offence. Like, what's my offence? And the offence is not that, because sometimes they make people apologise as like, I'm so sorry, I would have rode that one out and been quiet. There's some offences that your offence is not that deep, right? Yeah. Like, do you know certain people that have apologised? Like, I don't know, whatever social media thing happened, maybe they, I don't know, did something. Someone's like, they must have apologised, and they apologised. And I'm like,
and then the apology.
And then people then critique the apology. You should just shut up.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think you can't necessarily win, but the journalist that responded, it was quite a lengthy apology. And she did take responsibility for her contribution to it, but she was kind of talking about journalism and how much it's changed and how she had gotten into journalism because she obviously wanted to make a difference and she wanted her stories to be told. But somewhere along the lines, obviously clickbait has become a thing. And that like, I guess she wanted people to have an understanding of like how the process works. And it's like, not everything that you pitch gets picked up, and that you do get like things are positioned to you, like that you have to write about. And she was basically alluding to the fact that this was something that she was told she was going to write about. You write your story, you can write it from whatever angle, but then it does go through an editing process and a headline is attached to it. And you don't always have full control over, the whole process and what's actually put out in the public. But she said all of that, and then she did say she's deeply sorry. She doesn't want to contribute to, misogyny and all of these things, and how she's actually, because it was for the Daily Mail, I think, the article that Millie Bobby Brown called out was for the Daily Mail. And she said that she resigned and that she wanted to take some time off to like reflect upon her actions and her contributions and blah, blah, blah. And she doesn't want to work for a paper that would even like make that a thing. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's really interesting how there's a lot of things that happen around the world, right? And then it makes you very sober and conscious about what it is, the impact you're doing. So I think for her to be like, shit, people like, you got to play the game, and the game as a journalist, so you write the headlines like when they get ready, you play the game, and then it becomes a time where the game is not the game anymore, the game is reality.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're not actually playing the game, you're actually very much
part of the game.
What is happening.
Yeah, you're
now.
a willing
This is
participant.
the reality. This is not the game anymore. This is just what it is, and you are a willing participant in this now. And for years you've excused it, but I'm just playing the game. It's what get headlines, but no, it's wrong.
You're part of it, yeah. And I think that you tell yourself that, especially if you've got good intentions, that you go into like, I wanted to be a journalist at one point. You go in there with like, bushy-eyed, bushy-tailed and bright-eyed, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, thinking that you want to go in and make a difference, and you want you want people to read your words, and you want it to be life-changing. And then it kind of, you get the life sucked out of you, and it's like, oh, well, actually, this is what sells, and this is what people want to see. but it's like it gets to a point where that line quickly becomes very blurred. Do you know what I mean? It's like
it's not a game.
Yeah, exactly. You go in there with that intention, but then it's like how long before you kind of disassociate from what you're actually doing?
Black people who go to white spaces and then things like, I want to play the game, and then I need
to infiltrate, and then you get comfortable in the game,
and then they get comfortable in the game. They don't change the rules, and then very much. You're not playing the game. You're not in a simulation. This is reality. But they're still telling the outside world, no. What you have to do is play the game. And when you get there, you change it. And sometimes you realize that, hey, I actually can't change it.
Yeah.
What I thought was just a game is very much what this thing is, and this is how it runs. It's not anyone playing here.
Yeah.
And you fool yourself into thinking, I'm going to do the greater good. I'm going to be the black that goes into that white space, and I'm going to change it. I can imagine the amount of black police officers that have gone into, I'm going to go to the Met Police and I'm going to. And then you realise that institution's bigger than what you are.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, have I said a story about when I was working for the Met Police?
No.
Let me see how many years I've gone by. I can probably talk about it now. It's been a couple of years. So I was doing a campaign for the Met Police, right? And the whole, I'd like quit my job and I was like a creative. So I was like a marketing creative. So I'd like, it was a time that I did with the creative for Top Boy. And after that, I did a creative for the Met Police. And it was, the whole point of it was the Met Police was trying to get more black people to sign up as police officers. So that was what their whole campaign was. And they've been like, they're trying to run those campaigns for a couple of years of like, hey, like join the force. And what they've always done is just had like a black person be a police officer, be like, join the force, hoping that people will see it and blah, 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 blah. And then when they had hired to be a creative for this, I was like, the problem is it's a deep issue, right? It's not just a case of they're like, oh, just because black people don't want to be police officers. No, there is a deep mistrust of police in the black society, right? As in like, people even feel like to be a police officer, they are somewhat like neglecting their culture and their background. Like it's so much more deep-rooted than what you guys think it is. It's not because they see it as an uncool job.
Yeah,
it's because they do not trust you as an institution. They do not trust you as people who like look out for them. They just don't trust what it is that you guys do, which is the problem. So the thing was like, what if we get some influence? I was like, it's bigger than that. It's like an influencer is not going to. You do it then.
Yeah.
If an influencer was like, hey guys, join the police force. Why don't you join them? You do it like, and the pay is not that massive that it's even worth to be like, oh great, I'm going to go into, because I think the advert was like 30 grand and police officer, and then that was the aim of it, whatever. So I was going to this I had to go to the meetings in the Met Police. Do you know when they do their meetings outside? Do you know when something bad happens in the chief police of
Scotland
the Met?
Yard?
Scotland Yard, that's where it's called. It's in Westminster. And I have to go into Scotland Yard to do my meetings. Blah, blah, blah. I remember one time like doing a deck for my meetings or whatever. And then they just started talking. And they were like, oh, is there a way to kind of like maybe like bring up like slavery in the ads?
Not
and
slavery.
Like being in chains and being... And I say this story to me like, when I went in there, I was good attention. I was like, I am going to change it.
Yeah.
And I sat there and I just didn't say anything. I was just so quiet. I just didn't say a word. And after the email, I was like, we noticed it a bit quiet in the meeting. Anything was up. And I was like, I would like to quit. It's like, upon reflection, I actually don't think this is a great project for me. I think we are so far gone.
Yeah.
That you're saying, maybe if we put something about the chains and then break it, and it's going to be like we break people's stereotype of police and we break slavery. And you just say like,
ma'am.
And someone was saying this and people were like,
oh yeah, of
and
course.
I was just silent. And I was like, it's not me that's going to make this change. I can't do it.
Yeah, we're talking about decades and decades of like.
I was like, there's nothing. And I think there were certain things I was like, I don't even know if anything can be done here. Like you're so
a lot of people have to die.
Like you're so far gone that there is no, I'm not going to be able to make, and I definitely went into that. Because I remember when I got offered it, I was like, I'm not working for the police. Even me, that wasn't even like I was a police officer. I'm not doing a campaign for the police. But I was like, actually, go and change, go and conquer. And then you get there, okay, I'm going to play the game, I'm going to go in and I'm going to do an ad that's like, revolutionary. And I was like, would the police, would they ever be up for doing an event where they speak to black people and people tell them what their grievances are? Initially, it was like, yeah, sure. Then it was like, yeah, no, we don't think that we can make that happen. So I was like, you don't want to break this thing. You just want to be seen as if you're breaking it, right? And like months to come, when I saw the campaign that was out, and I was like, oh, you just got black men and women in police outfits. Smiling to be like, apply now to be, and that's just what they went back to, because you're actually not willing to break the chains or like to do anything that.
But how do they phrase it? Is it just literally a matter of putting black men and women in this campaign, or does it literally say black men, black women come?
No, it's just a picture of black men in the campaign to be like apply to be in the police. Hoping
that don't tell me shit. Like you need to be poignant.
In my mind, that's an actor.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't tell me that to be.
And you're just meeting your DE and I quota, and that doesn't speak to me as a black person.
Also, everybody that during DEI when it was buzzing, and everybody that got money from it, I hope you spent it well. I hope you saved it well, because that shit is well and truly over.
Yeah, they better not try and bring that shit over here, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Audrey, it is over here. Oh, it is over here so greatly, but it's coded under we want to tell British stories. We want to see to the British people, and you say to them, "Oh, here's my passport." But no, but like British. Tell me what you mean. Like it is here so deeply. Mad. So many people have been made redundant that work in the DII, that work in diversity, things like that. Always here heavily, and really upsetting thing about it is that they can say it boldly now.
Yeah, when America starts,
the president of one of the
it's very it trickles down here very very quickly.
Like, wait, because we're only doing this thing resentfully. I guess we have to. Now you mean we don't have to see to DI? You mean we don't have to have this? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
like get these niggas out of here.
It's actually
get them out of here.
It's actually
it's so
crazy,
apparent. And it's incredibly frustrating.
Because even with like on the American side of things, and like sort of like the aftermath of everything that's going on over there with like Trump making it so flagrant, there was a lot of the Latinx people that voted for him. So there was like so many like people like campaigning, like, you know, they thought that they were going to be protected. I don't know why they thought that. Because, you know, they say there's this thing where like every sort of few years they bring new people into whiteness. And I think that some of the American Latinx people thought that it was their time to be brought into whiteness. So they thought they were going to be protected because, you know, like Irish people weren't seen as white, Italians weren't seen as white. And over the years, to accrue numbers, certain people become white. So I think the Latin people thought that they thought they were up next. Come to find out.
Out of America.
When all that ICE stuff came into play, so they were proper like, yeah, Trump for president, blah, 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 like doing up model minority. Then that's come into action. And now a lot of their relatives and stuff have been deported.
Good immigrant people piss me off.
And they're expecting the Black Americans to fight for them. But Black Americans have kind of sat this one out and been like, do you know what? This is up to you guys. Like, we can't keep on fighting for everybody else's rights and everybody else's liberation. Everything falls on our backs. And then when it comes to us, nobody wants to fight anymore. So then all those people, not all of them, but a lot of the people that were like pro-Trump, now that their families have been deported, they're now making the same people making videos saying, why aren't Black people backing us? Why aren't Black people protesting? Because the Black Americans are kind of sitting back and they're not protesting as much and they're not making a stand. And so that now all these Latinx people are like, you're not fighting for us, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, the people them are tired.
I'm also fascinated by the constant need for Black people to do the fighting.
Yeah, that is very much a thing.
I find that interesting. There seems to be a lot of, especially Black women, there seems to be a lot of like, you go.
Yeah.
Like, you go fight.
And we'll come behind you.
Yeah. You go.
You go get all the rights for everybody.
And the thing is, it's rarely you get the rights, it's rarely you get the punishment. Right? It's very often you're the one who's going to suffer from it. You're rarely the one that's credited for it. And then you're like, oh. Do you know that thing of like when you were like, you push your cousin, like you talk, and then you want to shout at them, you're like, oh, then everybody's quiet. Nobody wants to back it anymore. Or like you're running about with your niece and nephew and their mum smacks them. And then you're just like, oh, so like you don't say, oh, it was me that was playing with him. Like they're the ones that get in trouble for it. And that so often they've like willed out Black people to be like, you go do the talking. Yeah. And so often we get the punishment for it. And then, but it's absolutely here in the UK. What? Rampant. They will British story you to death. It's just really important for the British. Every time I hear the British people, I hear them saying white people. Because the emphasis and the British. Like, there's a difference.
Yeah, we're definitely not included.
Like, there is a difference. There's a reason why you put Black British before me, because your assumption is British means white. Otherwise, you would never have added Black Brit. So, there's that.
Yeah.
I don't know where I belong anymore.
Me either. Like, what is my fucking group, bro? Because I don't even know. But then it's so mad how, like, we will unite over dumb shit, though. But it's dumb shit, like our shitty food and stuff like that. Or when Americans are, like, talking about how bad our food is. Like, I do get offended. And I'm just like, should I be offended? But, yeah, I guess I still live here at the end of the day.
Like, literally, how dare you? But no, DEI is rampant here. And it's not a thing that I think is going to go away anytime soon. I don't know, man. It's all very interesting where we're at, where the world is at, what's happening. And I'm often sad by my lack of, there's very little you can do about it, baby girl.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, same. I don't have the answer, swear.
Because I can have that fight in me. I can have that dog in me. And then I do it. And then I'm like, oh, you're not gonna like, you're not gonna like that. But that police thing, it bothered me for ages.
Yeah, because why not just do it properly?
I was in there for
But that's
months.
why, you know, the intention isn't to do it properly. It's just performative, isn't it? Like, if you really wanted to make this call to action like a real and meaningful thing, you will do it in a real and meaningful way, which means, like, people don't want to go to the grassroots. They don't want to speak to the actual people this shit affects. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You just want to come up with a glossy campaign and say, here, we did this. It's just tick box exercises.
You want to be seen to
it's just tick box exercise. You're not genuine about it. And
also,
it's just
the security to get through Scotland Yard.
Oh, I can imagine.
Fuck me.
I can imagine.
Do you know when security saw how you think, wait, have I got something on me?
I
was like, wait, like...
Bro, even to go to the BBC is mad, let alone Scotland Yard.
Security at BBC is, which is absolutely fair, because they be getting people outside there angry.
But do you know what? Yeah, I learned, and maybe because in real time, in that real moment in history, I was obviously a kid. But when I was watching, what's that show about the royals? Was it called The Royals? The Crown, yeah. And that guy that ran up in Buckingham Palace.
I don't remember that.
I swear it was on The Crown, or maybe it was on a Diana documentary. No, I'm sure they depicted it on The Crown.
I haven't watched the last Crown episode.
But no, this is quite old. This was around the time where Charles and Camilla's relationship was like, I think he just married Diana around this time.
Right, okay.
Margaret Thatcher was in office. That's all I know.
Okay.
She was in power. And someone ran up in the Buckingham Palace and was like chilling in the Queen's bed.
How did they make it that far? In the Queen's
bed? Yeah. And I don't know, maybe Amanda will correct me if that actually happened, but I assume that they don't necessarily add infactual things. No, infactual, is that even a word? Whatever it is.
How many years? How many years do you think it will take for it to come out that the Queen wasn't in that casket?
Oh, Amanda's messaged. I need to know if that was actually a real thing.
I would love to know.
Oh yeah, she said it did happen. Ah. Yeah. Mad.
I give it about 15 years time, we'll find out the Queen was never actually in the casket.
So you think she was like deceased way before we found out?
Because
Jason Lee did break the news, hun.
The coffin they put in the middle of Westminster, the people had to go visit. And telling people that her body was in there.
I mean, come on.
Like, when are you going to come and tell the truth? No. Like, hey guys, you do know that.
No, but does anyone really believe that she would actually be in there?
Like,
there's no way.
There's no way, you guys. But no, that day was such a, it was the perfect word. Do you know that when people say something was pathetic? But not in a way as like you're pathetic. As in like, it was, I remember it being a very dark day. Like it was like, it was really cloudy, it was really dark. I remember I had a meeting and it was near the BBC and it was a meeting with someone at the BBC and they'd known it had happened. They're like, oh, it's happened.
What was the phrase they say when we know that she's died?
I don't remember what it was.
Where's King Charles at? He's been mad quiet.
Yeah, I don't know if he's very well.
Oh.
Yeah, but his mum's bang out of order. She lived for so long. He didn't even get to really... What do you mean they found me at 80 something? That's bang out of order.
Yeah.
She should have retired a little bit.
But he could have passed the crown though, man.
You think that man is gonna...
Yeah, no. And to be fair, if it was me with I
would not.
Even if it's two years, I'm like, run that crown.
Run me. Let me be king.
Let me put it on for a little bit. Let me see.
What's the song? When do I get to be king?
Do they have actual thrones, or is that all like
have a chair
made up?
I can't wait to be king. What Disney film is that for?
Lion King.
Lion King. That was Charles. Charles was singing that song every day.
I just
can't wait to be king. And now he's now. You think he's gonna let it go to who?
Yeah,
William?
Yeah, you didn't wait all these years.
No. He's gonna carry
just to turn
that.
it down. Yeah, I guess so. It makes sense.
Yeah. Because how old was she? She died in her hundreds, didn't she? Or nearly 100.
She was nearly 100.
Yeah,
she had a long
life. The Queen's mum died very old.
Yeah, the Queen Mother. She was around for a minute.
I really likes the Queen Mum.
Yeah, she seems cool. I like Princess Anne.
He was the one that was a rebel a bit.
Princess Anne.
Was it Princess Anne? Yeah. I think outside of the institution, I see maybe some of them are cool.
Yeah, well, there must be one or two that's all right. There must be one or two.
I reckon the Queen was cool. I don't know, man. And also because Harry got along with her so well, I reckon the Queen was cool.
Yeah, I think she did. Even Meghan has spoken about her.
I reckon the Queen was cool. Did you watch any of Meghan's show?
I haven't, but I see so much commentary on that woman that I'm just like, I have, okay, first of all, I have genuinely no interest in it. Like I did watch
I don't like kind of lifestyle shows. I never have done.
Yeah, it's not a bit of me anyway. I did watch their documentary that they did. Was it like a 2-part or 3-part, whatever it was? I did watch that because I was curious about just like what this was going to look like and how it was going to be presented. Mm-hmm. And, I'm neither here nor there. Like I do think it's a love story that I do find, it's like something out of a book. Do you know what I mean? Like Prince leaves his evil family for the love of his life and then moves to America to live with Tyler Perry. Do you know what I mean? Like
Tyler Perry's gonna be in there somewhere.
There's a Tyler Perry movie in that somewhere. I like the love story of it, but outside of that, I don't really have any interest. But I will just never understand the vitriol for her.
I don't get
because
it either.
to this day, I still don't really see what she's done wrong outside of just existing. So I'm gonna need really strong convincing for you to tell me. For you to give me a reason why you don't like her outside of racism.
It's him that's like, it's her that's taking him away from. I feel like guy's always been a bit wayward. Harry's like, are you
gonna act as if he hasn't always been the rebel child? All of a sudden, he's been so committed to the monarchy and all of this shit. Like, come on, like, but yeah, I just
everybody
don't get it.
Do you know, for years before he met Meghan, everyone called it that he's going to be with a black girl.
Exactly.
People called that so
See, now
long,
look, you spoke it into fruition.
So long ago, and it was like, alas, here we are.
Yeah.
But they can't divorce though.
No, they can't. After all of this.
I can't lie.
All of
Even
this
if I can't stand this man anymore, because I know of everything that we went through. Oh, we're gonna
we're gonna perform.
We're gonna fix it.
This love story till the wheels.
No, we're gonna fix it. Don't worry, baby.
Because there ain't no way I gave up. Well, not gave up. He chose to walk away. There's no way I walked away from my privilege, from my family, from my all of this for the relationship to not last.
Oh, we're gonna be, baby. Don't worry, we'll be all right.
Did you see that clip of her when she was with her friend in the kitchen?
No.
And then her friend was like, oh, you know, something, you're Meghan Markle. And she was like, I find it so funny when people call me Meghan Markle. And I literally thought she was going to be like, why don't you just call me Meghan? But she was like, I'm actually Meghan Sussex. And I was,
do you know, what the fuck is their last name?
And I was like, I'm not trying to say I see it. I'm not trying to say I see it because...
No. I'm back Meghan Sussex. I'm back Meghan Sussex.
I just wasn't... No, do you know why?
That's her husband's name.
No, I get it. But it was just the context of the conversation. Do you know what I mean?
Is that their last name? Sussex?
Yeah, Sussex. You're in the kitchen talking to your homegirl, and then your friend was...
No, but it's not organic though. I'm in the kitchen whilst we're being filmed.
Yeah, no, true. But then it's not organic that your friend would call you. Like, I'm not in your kitchen calling you by your full government name.
But her friend did.
Yeah, and her friend did, but her friend said Meghan Markle, and then that's when she was like, oh, I find it. But that's what people are kind of running with, and I don't want to give people that hate her for no reason ammunition because it's not warranted, but I was like, I just never expected it. I thought she was going to say, just call me Meghan.
Do you know it's not their real... Okay, so their last name is they're a bit funny, right? Because, so it says Prince Harry's last name officially is Sussex, derived from his title, the Duke of Sussex. But that's not his last name though.
Windsor, I thought their last name was Windsor.
Yeah, so do you know what I mean? Like, Sussex is like their official. It's the same way
like their title.
She has a birthday, and she has an official birthday. I'd have loved that. The Queen had 2 birthdays.
Oh, did she? So the one where they're having like fruitcake and the real things with the family, that's the real birthday.
You know what? Get the blacks out of England, man.
And then the one where she just is like...
Get the blacks out of England and start with Audrey, man. You don't know anything about dating. Get the blacks out of here.
When she's having crumpets and fruitcake, that's the real things.
We don't know the last name. We don't get the blacks out of here,
I don't know nothing about them.
And I know he loved the Queen because he named his kid Lilibet. And Lilibet was her nickname when she was younger. I really love the name Lilibet. I think it's so... cute. There were some random names I would love to give a you, but I can't because I'm black.
Like what?
Charlie.
No, Charlie's cute.
I can't give it.
What? Not even a middle name.
I can't give my child name Charlie.
Like Ayodele, Charlie.
Charlie. It just sounds. It's either a Caribbean man's name, an old Caribbean man's name. It's not a young African boy's name, Charlie.
Well, you can make it a young African boy's name.
No, there's also some African kids I've heard been called Chelsea, and I don't agree with you.
No, it doesn't sound right.
And the reason why I say it is because there's one that I have particularly in mind, and it used to piss me off because I went to school with her.
Chelsea. Where did their mums even get that from?
And that's what her mum couldn't.
You can't even say
used
it.
to pronounce it wrong, and it used to piss me off. Like, why have you named her
Who
that?
told you that you give her that name?
Pronounce that name. Like, why have you named her that? And then because I'm really big on, I want my kids to have African Nigerian names. Like, I think in this climate, I think it's so important.
Yeah, we've got to hang on to.
Yeah, I think we have to hang on.
We've got to hang on to our culture
because language is kind of like watering out. Like, I just think in the climate we're in right now, it's almost political to keep your child having their thingy name for me. Like, I think it's so important. I think it's such an important, like, and unfortunately, it's annoying, but it seems that so many things that Black people do is got some kind of political stand in it. If it's not our hair, it's our names, it's how we walk, it's how we look, it's how we present. But like, But again, get the blacks out of here. Because if we were to ever do that English test...
Oh God, I could never.
I would fail that.
I would fail. There's a lot of things I don't know.
What's that test called? Is it citizenship test?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, I would fail that.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know where to begin on what am I studying. I wonder if they give you tips on like what to study.
I don't know anything.
Is it like
about
history?
These people. Like I don't know anything about British history.
But the thing is, how does that have any relevancy to like you living here?
Hey, you're gonna prove you're British somehow.
That is so lame. Like I don't think that's a good litmus test. I cannot lie.
But what would be a good test? I don't think you should have. Do you know what? I actually get very annoyed with that. I've got a very like nomadic way of seeing life sometimes. I'm like, it doesn't belong to anyone, but people should be allowed to go anywhere.
Honestly,
like, it's not
like,
yours.
Honestly, I think
like,
that the world. I honestly think the world should just be free. Like, do you know what I mean? Like everybody should be able to access the world, like how and when they want. Like I don't get all of the restrictions. Like I just find it weird. Like who decided that the world? Who does the world belong to? Apart from God,
it's just
Almighty,
not ours
obviously.
To decide that these people can't go here. This belongs to this person. And it's such a weird thing to me to be like, oh, in order to live here, you have to prove yourself to be British. You have to prove yourself to be American, whatever it is. Because even Trump is saying that if you're born in America, it's not automatic citizenship. If you're not white, of course.
Which is mad because America is just a melting pot of everyone's an immigrant.
It's so stupid.
A lot of the white people originate from Europe. So why? It's just mad.
I can't believe that man's in power.
I know, it's actually a joke.
No, have you heard the amount of stupid things that come out of his mouth? Like it's almost like, oh, it's a joke, right? He was talking about Tesla the other day, and I think he pronounced it in a stupid way. Like he says he doesn't drive, but everybody should go buy a Tesla. I was like, you're so dumb. Like you're so incredibly dumb.
And he was all doing up, fashion feds with my man. Is it Putin and Putin's suit? Who's the man?
Definitely not Putin. Is that
who's the other guy?
Definitely not Putin. The one who never wears a suit.
Yeah, and he was commenting on his outfit.
That's a topic of conversation when people talk about that man's outfit. It really pisses me off. Leave him. Why does it matter?
But why is that even like the world is literally gone to shit? Why are you talking about that man's outfits?
Leaders everywhere are just so fucking ridiculous.
I know. I need a matriarchy. I don't give a fuck. I need a matriarchy. I just want to see just what that would look like if women actually ran the world.
I worry it will be what we were talking about earlier, as in this then they should go and have him to play the game. And that, because I think that's why history. True. I think that's why Margaret Thatcher was such a dickhead.
Yeah,
because she had to show that I'm strict and I'm going to do over and above and I'm going to do this in order to gain some kind of respect. Because in her mind, because women are soft or whatever, she had to go in there
she had to be the
and be a witch.
Or whatever the word is.
Yeah.
Like,
because otherwise she wouldn't have gained her respect. That's why so many like quote unquote boss women feel like they have to go into certain workspaces and be a certain way because that's the only way they're going to like garner respect.
Yeah, it's actually very true. And it's like, I wonder if we didn't have the knowledge already of how men have fucked things up, if we just led with like what feels right and true to you as an individual in a leadership position, like what would that look like? I feel like now it will be too late because we've been way too well informed about like what leadership is supposed to look like. You're supposed to be bossy, you're supposed to be aggy, you're supposed to be dominant and all of these things, but
if it means I'd never see Kemi as president, as prime minister, I don't mind if we never have it. If as long as if the rules are, we can have this, but Kemi will be the one, get her out of here.
Yeah, no.
As long as I never see that woman as a prime minister, I'm okay.
If it's a misogynistic woman, then it's still pointless. It still doesn't benefit us. It doesn't benefit us.
She is so stupid. I remember when she got assigned the role, I was in Nigeria at the time, and there was headlines of some Nigerians trying to be proud of her. To be like, this woman will look at you in your face and call you a dirty Nigerian.
And she'll look at you an immigrant and
call you lazy and disgusting. And that's who you want to say you're proud of.
And it is mad because on paper, I can see how that would be like, wow, like a black woman that she wasn't born here, was she? She was born in Nigeria.
I don't actually know her story.
I think she was born in Nigeria, educated here, something like that.
Worse.
And now, like, you're in this position, like, you're the leader of like a party in the British government. Like, on paper, that does sound like you've worked to work. But if you've got to do all of these, like, you've got to do all this sidestepping to get it, then to me it's pointless. You know what I mean? If you've got to sell your own people down the river to get it, then I can't celebrate that. Do you know what I mean? I can't see that as a win because it's not even. It doesn't benefit me in any way, shape, or form having a performative woman. I'd rather have a feminist man, do you know what I mean, than have a performative woman.
Oh, of course her husband's white.
Well, yeah.
Because I used to always say, where does Bedenoch come from? I thought she changed her name, but it's her marital name.
Is it? I thought that was a Nigerian name. Badenoch is quite. Actually, now that you said that, it sounds.
Yeah. I don't know if you pronounce it so bad.
That's what I thought it was. I genuinely thought it was a Nigerian name.
No.
I bet she dropped her Nigerian name so quick.
Oh, quick! I'm surprised she even kept that Kemi.
Yeah, same.
How can I keep it? How can I change it to something
else? Kerry Badenoch.
They just spelled it wrong.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually meant to be
she's such an idiot, and her braids are always shit.
Always raggedy.
Oh,
there is a correlation though. They say, isn't it? Like, you know, hard wig, hard hair, soft life kind of vibes. That's what they say. I'm not saying I agree with it.
What, a hard wig?
Like if you've got like bad hair, like I mean that they always have bad hair. That's what they say. I don't know that to be true. I don't have the stats.
Interesting.
But
she's just an awful person.
Yeah, no, it's quite
like,
embarrassing.
If they say that women are in power, it has to be her, then I'm like, no, keep it how
I don't want it. It's not. Keep it how it is. It's not. It doesn't.
If it's not going to be a woman that's going to make a change, keep it how it is.
Exactly. It doesn't do anything. If you're going to reinforce old like ideologies and rhetorics, then just there's no point.
Because for me, it's not enough to be like, oh, it's a woman, but you're still doing. You're just embodying what the men would do.
Exactly. If you're just regurgitating what men would, and you're just a mouthpiece, then there is literally no point in you being there. It doesn't make a difference. So that's why I can't celebrate her, her come up. That's it. Because it's just like
it's good though because it means that the Conservatives are not going to win.
Oh no, they're not. There's not. But this is the thing. It doesn't matter what you spew. The racism will always trump any policy that you have. Like that will always come first. Like the people that are committed to that way of thinking, it doesn't matter that whether it's coming. Like you can be speaking their exact language in terms of like kick all the immigrants out, kick all the black people out. You know, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. All of these like right wing talking points. It's coming out, and the sooner she realizes that, the better. It's coming out of a thingy. It's coming out of a black woman.
Where do you stand on? Do you know like? The longest time when older people said racist things was kind of like, oh, they're old. It's just their generation. You just let them off, whatever. Where do you stand on that now? On like, did you just allow older people just to say dumb shit? Or do you think it's important to be like, naturally, no, you got to correct them?
Who was the older person? Is it someone in my family?
Like a nan
like
or
a
something,
random?
like a grandma?
Oh no, I think if it's in your household, I think you absolutely have to correct it if it's in your household and you know better.
Yeah.
I feel like you actually have more scope to correct it. Like for me, if I had like a random stranger saying something, I'm not going to be invested in that person to want to educate them. Do you know what I mean? But I do think that like if it's someone in my family, an older aunt or a grandma or whatever, and they're saying something mad, because I know better, I have to say something. And you know, not that my parents say racist or mad things, but like my mum has, you know, said things that might be deemed as problematic or whatever, and I tell it all the time. And sometimes it is just a matter of not knowing. Do you know what I mean? It just takes someone to just be like, and even if they're defensive, I guarantee you they won't go and repeat it outside if you've shamed them enough. Do you know what I mean? Like they can, at the very least, you've taught someone to shut their mouth and not say something that they might ordinarily go and say out in public. But I definitely think, and I think that like saying it, and like if you know better and you have access to these people that are saying mad things or whatever, like those are the changes that actually contribute to bigger changes. Do you know what I mean? So you talk about like micro and macro changes. You can't fix everything in the world. The world is fucked up. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, we're just all individuals. But in your household, you can absolutely make those micro changes. And if everybody does that, if everybody that is like educated and knowledgeable or whatever, or just knows better is doing that, like it will have an impact. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, 100%. Definitely.
Because I had I told you about that. I had a mad Uber driver. So we went at a party. So it was actually his birthday party. We're going to the party and an Uber driver who was insane. Oh, but it was quote unquote good because he got me there so quick. Like, but he was driving like a mad
because he was talking the things in his mind.
He was so impatient. It was just blah, 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 blah. He was like, I don't know where he was from. He was white, but he's not British. So he was just like driving like a madman, whatever. And like when people stopped in front of him, he'll beat them. Like just something like he was just incredibly
Why are you so angry, sir?
I think I need to get out of this car. So anyway, there was a guy in front of him that was reversing. Like maybe he took the wrong turn, but he's trying to turn around. And obviously you're going to have to wait. And he's like, so fucking on now, whatever. Then he goes, nigga.
What? Shut the front door.
And he looks at me and says, not you. So, you know one thing about me, I'm always going to stand up for myself. I didn't say a word.
But I think there's different situations though.
I was so annoyed with myself. I did not say a word.
No, but in that situation...
I didn't say it's okay. I just stood there, sat there silent.
Yeah, first of all, that is shocking. And that is like, we might not necessarily be people that are that way inclined, but that is quite traumatic, for one.
Yeah, I was just like... Oh.
For one, that is quite traumatic. And two, the correcting thing... Listen, you still have to apply sense. We still live in London where people are fucking crazy.
I was like, I'm in my Uber by myself.
Exactly.
He's already proven that he's mad several times. What can I actually say to him?
I wouldn't have. There's no chance in hell. The most I would do is go back and report it maybe on the app.
Maybe I should. Because when I texted you, I was like, this guy's mad.
Yeah.
5
exactly,
minutes.
exactly.
Insane.
At most, I can do something after, but in that very moment, would I have said something? Would I have been trying to like educate him and
Because my
correct
head
it.
was like, say to him, why did you say that?
I'm
I
like,
was just like, no.
Someone that lacks that self-control to
No.
know that they've got a black passenger in their car and they still slip that way is clearly
It's
mad.
mad.
That's not someone I'm trying to educate, and I've got a family to go back
because
home
that it just came out of your came out of your mouth. Like it's actually mad. Even the other day when I messaged you, oh my God, I actually really want to talk about this because I was listening to a podcast and it was pissing me off so much. They were talking about it came up again, the wolf and the man thing.
The what?
The wolf, like, would you rather be alone with a wolf or with a man sort of thing? So that conversation, like, men won't drop that. Blah, 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 but men, I'm not being harmful. But like, it was a woman trying to be like, you lot are not listening. Like, we can't categorize what men are bad. So it's safer for us to assume all men are bad. And I know that might sound mad, but unfortunately, that's just how it is. That's just how you have to keep yourself safe.
I hate when people do mental gymnastics with that.
No,
because it's very simple.
I actually couldn't listen to it because I was like, you're refusing to listen to what she's saying. It's like this assumption of safety cannot be thingy. And this happened, and I voice noted because I was like, I felt silly about it, but I was like, no, you need to be. I went swimming to practice by myself. So I went swimming, practiced by myself, had a good little thing. And then after that, I was like, I'm going to go sit in the sauna. So I just sat in the sauna, like, cool, whatever. At the time, it was only me in the sauna. Then a group of men came into the room and instantly I felt unsafe. Instantly, I felt unsafe. I said to myself, I was like, no, son, don't be silly. Just sit here. Don't make them feel awkward by walking out. And I was like, wait, whose feelings are you trying to spare? Like, whose feelings are you trying to spare by feeling unsafe but sitting here to make them feel that they're not? The way I quickly got up, like, I don't think it took me a minute to be like, so they're safe. So you feel unsafe, but you don't want them to feel bad. Just get up and leave. Like, it's not, I don't give a shit if they feel bad. That's their problem.
Yeah.
And like, it's men. They probably didn't even think it.
Yeah.
And I think when women talk about those conversations with men, they think we're overreacting or whatever. But you instantly don't feel safe.
I hate when people become hyperfixated on the not all men things. I actually think it's just a silencing tactic at this point, and it's just like, it's just done to not further the point, because if we're now like focused on this concept of all, when you guys absolutely understand what people are talking about, it just means we can't get to the next point of the conversation because we're stuck at this point of all.
It puts a mirror to them. Well, I'm not like that.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
There's little things like, well, you might be like that actually, or you're not like that.
You might be a little bit like that.
Feel like you might be like that. So it's safer for me. It's actually safer for me to assume that, oh, you all might hurt me. And then to be like, oh no, this one will be all right. Because there's many situations people might be like, this one has been their partner, has been their dads, it's been their, it's people that they know that they assume, oh, I'm safe here. And it's actually showed them, actually, no, you're really not safe here.
You're not even safe in your own home.
But the way I jumped out of that sauna, because I was like, whose feelings am I trying to save?
No, exactly. And I used to be that way inclined as well. I used to be like, oh no, I don't want people to think I'm judging them or doing whatever. But do you remember the case of that black woman in Brixton that just got basically stabbed to death by some madman?
Yeah.
After that story, something just went off in my mind about that now. Because there's been so many times, and again, I don't want to stigmatize people that might not appear to be like normal or whatever. But after that, because that could be me. Like, I can see someone that looks like they're acting a bit erratic and just think, oh no, well, I don't really want to like put that on to other people. I don't want to stigmatize people with like blah, blah, blah. But that honestly could be the difference between life or death. Do you know what I mean? And obviously I wasn't there, and RIP to that young woman. But it's just like, no, I'm sorry, like, people's feelings can't actually take precedence over my safety at this point. It just cannot, unfortunately.
But it's such a risky one as well, because like, speaking outside of this, like, so I have a thing, when I'm walking past a group of black boys, I'll always walk past them. I'll never cross the road.
Yeah, but I don't feel scared with
because
black boys.
I don't feel scared of them. I don't want them to think I feel scared. I don't want them to think I'm judging them. And also my assumption is, oh, we've got a black code. You're seeing me as your black sister, so you're not going to hurt me, right? But also, like, that might not be true.
Yeah, that could,
But, like, I see it as, like, no, I don't want you to, especially when they're teenagers, I don't want you to feel like people are scared of you. I don't want you to feel like you, like, because you're just chilling. So I'll always walk past them. And most of the time, it's always, move out away from the miss, man.
Yeah, they're always, I'm just like, oh, thanks, darling.
Have a nice evening, miss. I'm like, okay. I don't know what it is. I have black boys calling me miss.
Yeah, it's cute.
Get out the way from miss,
especially when they're teenagers. Yeah.
Like, thanks. Have a nice day, miss. I'm like,
yeah, and that oftentimes that is the response.
And that's what it is. It's often cute and thingy. But I'll be very honest with you, I have a completely different reaction when I see a group of white boys. I walk across the road.
Yeah, if I saw a group of black boys on their bikes, in their hoodies, hanging out, or I saw a group of skinheads, I'm so sorry. I'm crossing the road with the skinheads.
In fact, I'm going back.
Go back to where you fucking came from.
Before they even tell me, don't worry, I've gone back to where I came from.
Yeah,
100%. You have to deal with me today. It's like, it's interesting how like stereotypes and things, and sometimes it's just a matter of what people are trying to keep themselves. So it's an awkward conversation to have because it is gendered, it is racist, it has all these connotations to it. But in that feeling of that room, I was just like, yeah, no, I'm not sparing man's feelings
Nope.
And then make myself feel weird and unsafe just because I want to spare. It doesn't even take very long to be by myself in a room with a guy, and I'm like, okay, I need to get out of this situation.
Yeah.
It's so, my instant thing is that I need to get out of this situation.
Yeah, same. I just think it's just preventative, isn't it, at the end of the day? And yeah. I would do the same thing. I would not be. And also, it's just awkward anyway. Safety, obviously safety is like the number one priority. But if there's a group of guys and they're all sweating and they're talking about fucking football and I'm just the only woman.
To them, they were all quiet. Everybody was just individuals in a sauna, but I just couldn't.
In my mind, they were all like, whoa! Like, in my mind, that's what I envisioned when you said it. Like, I was just like, oh, they were all being loud and obnoxious. But yeah, like, it's giving... just you in a room full of like naked white men.
No, literally. Like, and I was like, and I'm just in my swimsuit. Get the fuck out of this place. Like, I know what you're thinking because you are disgusting.
No, it's actually mad.
I know exactly what you're thinking. I know you so well. I know exactly where your head has gone. Don't say it. It's cool. Leave it as a mysterious thought.
No, those people that actually engage in that are mad though.
What are you talking about?
Like, no, it's so problematic. Like slavery porn. Like, no, not slavery porn, like slavery roleplay and stuff like that. Those people are very tapped. I'm so sorry. You have to draw the line somewhere.
There's certain roleplay that I'm like,
no, I mean, come on. Like, fucking hell, you're actually pathetic.
That's when, I know we all say don't kink shame, but I think slavery.
Yeah, like slavery, like that is actually mad. And do you know what? There's ways in which you can do like submissive and dominant without it being fucking racist.
Imagine dating a white man and he says, he sits you down one day to be like, I love our sex life, it's all great. But there's one thing I've always like dreamt about and fantasized about. And that is like you being a slave and me being a master in bed.
No, just no.
Do you know I'll never be able to unhear
I'll never overcome that. I'll just think you're racist.
Yeah, instantly. I'll just be like, I'm like, you hate me. I'm like, I will never be.
No, but it's true though. No one that loves you would want to engage in that.
Even let's say in bed it's happening, you say, call me your master. Huh?
No. Like, master, that's very strong. Like, you're probably using vocabulary. No, I'm not trying to. No,
I think I'd even be wearing someone that searches that kind of porn.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why? That's very mad.
It's like that episode of Insecure where he's sleeping with the two white girls, and I think they say something, and he's like, "Sorry, what?"
Yeah, exactly. It's just, I think they call him the N-word.
Is that what it is?
I think so. Yeah.
And it's gonna be watching Insecure.
Yeah,
it's been a while,
but it's yeah. If you engage in that sort of thing. I just think it's your deepest, darkest, like, inhibitions.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Have you watched Running Point on Netflix?
No, I have not.
So it's Jay Ellis, isn't it? The one that is in Insecure. And it's so weird. So Lawrence in Insecure, Jay Ellis, I didn't find him attractive in Insecure. And it's actually so apparent and how certain roles can change people. In this Running Point, I'm like, yo, it's always been this good looking.
Yeah, he has.
Did you find him attractive?
Yes.
I did not see it in Insecure.
Yeah, that's a good looking man.
I didn't see it Insecure, but in this Running Point...
Maybe because he was playing someone broke.
That's what it is. I know that's what it is. I know myself. I know exactly what it is. Couldn't keep a job. To be fair, in the later seasons, he got better looking.
Yeah, he got better.
When he figured out his life.
He glowed up when he got when the pockets grew.
And in Running Point, he plays like a head coach of a basketball team.
Okay.
So it's like really... Kate Hudson's in it. She's a good actress.
Oh, yeah, I like Kate Hudson. But
she's not problematic, is she?
Not that I know
I've never
of,
heard anything bad about
I
her.
really love Goldie Hawn and Russell. What's her stepdad called? Kurt Russell.
Goldie Hawn is her mum, isn't it?
Goldie Hawn is her mum, and Kurt Russell's her stepdad. Yeah. And I've always loved Goldie Hawn.
What's Goldie been in? Films?
Best stuff. She was in, have you seen First Wives Club?
That's it, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and she's also in Death Becomes Her, which is one of my favourite films.
Do you know what? I would think if they remade First Wives Club, I'd watch that.
I think they have. I'm so sure they have.
Have they?
Yeah, I'm so sure they have. And there's like...
That's worth a remake. I'd watch that.
Yeah. That's a really... There definitely is. There's either a series called First Wives Club or they've remade it. But there's definitely something more modern than the original.
What show wouldn't you mind? Because apparently they're going to remake Bodyguard.
Oh, for God's sake.
Leave Bodyguard alone.
I just don't want any more remakes of anything. I don't give a shit.
Just give new ideas a go. Yeah.
Because I can just go back and watch the old original version.
It's not out of steam.
Honestly, all these creatives that have got concepts, like people have got new ideas. Like we don't need to go back and fucking remake everything. It's so lazy. We don't need a new Bodyguard. No, we do not. Leave that classic alone.
That was a good ass.
That was a great film.
That was a good R.I.P. Whitney Houston.
R.I.P. Whitney Houston. Do you know what makes me laugh? Like anytime I see, but I can't remember if I said it here on Patreon, and I was like obsessed with listening to different versions of the Star Spangled Banner, like where people do performances of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And Whitney's is the best one of all time. Do you know what I mean? Like she just ate and left no crumbs. And every time that I see any Whitney videos come up on my algorithm, that someone always writes in the comments, she ain't got no business being gone.
You know what, truly?
And it makes me laugh, but it's so true.
She should absolutely be here.
Like,
Whitney was such a...
There's
not
such a
many divas left as well. She was a diva. She was funny.
She had personality.
She was so funny. Because that Mariah Carey is still holding up the diva shit.
Yeah, she is. Like,
did you see that her side-eyeing Money Long?
But I don't think she was side-eyeing. Listen, I love me some MC. I'm a lamb. Okay, I love Mariah Carey, but I genuinely don't think she was side-eyeing. I think that she's honestly got so much filler in her face.
Yeah.
That she couldn't react.
I think that's her face.
That's what it was giving to me.
Just her face.
Because Mariah is so like, she is very, very particular about her work and people that like sing her songs and stuff like that. She would have signed off on those people doing that tribute.
True.
And she wouldn't have gone if she felt like it was going to be a shit show.
Yeah, that's
true.
So
I genuinely don't, I didn't get that. When I watched it, I didn't get side-eye. I can't move my face because
it's actually stuck here. Yeah. You know what? Maybe actually fair. And also, it's awkward, man. Someone giving you a tribute, right?
Exactly, and you know the cameras of it. What are you doing?
The whole thing like this.
If someone like suddenly
just
in 15 years' time they're doing a podcast tribute and they're reenacting your funniest bits, and someone's like, "Is George Michael okay? He's dead." What's your face gonna be? You're gonna be like,
and they will for sure call me a bitch.
You're
like,
we
knew it.
And the camera, because remember, the camera's on you, but you don't know which angle the camera's coming from. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, I might just be like...
Yeah, and I don't have a good resting face. Like, my resting face is not good.
No, but I was trying to smile.
I noticed it the other day. So we've been doing interviews for stuff, and I would catch my face on the Zoom, and I'm just like... And I was like... And I just start smiling, because I was like... Your resting face is bad.
But you also can't,
But I can't smile. You can't,
yeah, that's ow. Like, your cheeks
my resting face often looks like I'm smelling shit. I'm just like...
It's just like straight.
Just straight, yeah. And because I can see people being like, thinking I'm offended. I was like, no, this is just my face. And I'm too tired to keep smiling because I've got nothing to smile about.
Especially a long ass day like that. Oh my God.
Nothing to smile about.
Oh my God. No, I hear it.
Sometimes on Zoom, I just have to turn off my camera because I'm like, if you're not seeing my face for now, you actually think I'm deeply offended by what's going on. I'm just listening.
Yeah.
Like,
this is just my face, hon.
I do think Mariah Carey's face is just a bit stuck.
Yeah,
like that.
definitely.
But I think she's known to be kind of a shady person at times.
She is definitely shady. Oh, she's definitely shady. And she definitely lives up to her diva persona. And I love that because we don't have divas anymore. Everyone wants to be fucking relatable.
Everybody has to be humble.
Everyone has to be humble. I don't want people to be relatable. Like,
I actually love aspirational content.
Yeah, it's like, just let people be... You know, and especially if it's earned. My God, we're talking about Mariah Carey. This is not just any person. This is someone that is like been around for decades at this point. She's earned her right to be snooty.
But anybody that sang Always Be My Baby, like there's no a perfect song.
A perfect song.
No notes. Like
none.
Not a single note. And I always know a song is a perfect song. Do you know sometimes when you listen to a song and you're about to sing along, you start it too early or too late? Because it's not perfect. Because it's not perfect. Because your head thinks, we should have started there. Started it early because it's not a perfect song. A perfect song, you start it exactly. Because you feel it in your soul. That's exactly where it should have started from. And that's why Top Loader, Dancing in the Moonlight, is
they did their big one with that
fucking song. Because it goes on for long enough. Like it goes on for long enough. We hear it almost every night. What? I could be the saddest person. Let me hear.
Yeah, but Dancing in the Moonlight. That is a perfect pop song.
A perfect song.
It really, really is.
My Carey Always My Baby. A perfect song.
Perfect.
If you've made those things, you can do whatever you want.
100%. Like
you can do what you want. Live the life you want to live. You've made a perfect song.
You have.
So you can, if someone sings it and they're singing it off key, you can look at them like, if you don't shut up.
Exactly.
He was in Money Long and
Tori Hart, her name is, but I don't know any of her music, but I know she's got a really good voice.
Oh, I know Tori. I think she was from like American X Factor.
I think she's from one of those. Yeah, like X Factor or American
show. Yeah.
Our good sis Mel B made it to LA.
She's filming.
Yeah, it started. I saw like the promo art for it. And you could tell she is happy to fucking be here, bro. Like standing next to Simon in her rightful spot, doing her thing. Like, I'm very happy for her. You know, friend of ours, maybe.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, friend of us personally.
Oh, that's so cute.
She's fully landed in LA and doing her thing.
She better get Simon to send me my voice.
Bro, because she was really adamant about it.
Because she was adamant after it. She was like,
she kept on saying it. Yeah, you didn't even ask for it. It was her idea. She was like, I'm going to get you a voice note. I'm going to get you a voice note of Simon, blah, blah, blah. So let's see if she remembers.
So she better. So many guests come here, promise things online and never do it offline, just so you guys know.
Oh, yeah.
All of them, we'll go for drinks afterwards. Nobody is.
Or now. Who was it that we were going to take for a Sunday roast?
That was on us though.
Oh yeah, that was Coco Jones.
That was really... No, Lucky Day.
Oh, Lucky Day.
So Lucky Day, so Lucky Day came on and he was like, we'll take you for a roast. And he actually messaged.
Oh, he actually
to be like,
it.
yeah.
Us being busy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was us.
Oh my
that
God.
were like, so sorry, actually.
Oh my God, how can I be too busy to go out with Lucky Day? That's actually mad.
That's actually mad.
That is mad.
Because again, talking about perfect songs, I think Lucky Day fucking song is a perfect song.
Oh, I don't know that song.
That was the first question I asked him when he was here. I was like, yo, when you wrote, like, tell me more.
Yeah, what kind of
about
what,
that
what was
song?
your mindset when
that is a good song. Do you know I want to talk to that Leon guy, the one that sings Mutt?
Oh,
he
yeah,
was in England
yeah.
as well. We should have had him on.
Is he British?
No.
I thought he was British. Oh no, never mind.
Who are you thinking?
No, I thought he was British.
No. He's an American singer. What do you find it interesting now? Okay, this is gonna sound really rude. R&B singers are making that amazing songs or whatever. But they don't have that stereotypical good-looking thing anymore. Do you remember like the days of Tank? Of like he was a good singer that had that genuine, Tyrese. There was like, there's so many songs and you look at them and they looked like melted chocolate.
Yeah.
But now R&B singers are like, look a bit like Rough Around the Edges. They're not the typical like clean, good-looking.
Yeah. Or you wouldn't even think that they necessarily sang R&B.
Yeah.
Like you could look at them and think that they did something completely different. Yeah, no, definitely. I think it's just because...
Like they've lost it, like it's not a sweet boy thing anymore.
Yeah, I think it's because we don't manufacture pop artists anymore.
Yeah, that's
Remember back in the day, they used to actually go out of their way to find people. They're like, okay, they'd sit in these meetings to be like, this is what we want to create. We want, like... someone that has soul, that has a good voice, that does this, that does this, and then they would go out and like find that talent.
Yeah.
Now everyone is independent. Everyone puts out music on their own, so you don't need to fit a mold to produce a certain type of music, a certain type of song anymore. So.
Another perfect song, Leon Thomas. Yes, it is. Yes, it is a perfect song. Well done to you. I could sit here all day and name perfect songs.
Perfect songs.
God, I love.
Do you know what is a fucking perfect song?
What?
A perfect song. Taylor Swift, Blank Space. Listen, do you know that song I'm talking about?
Sing it. I
think I can leave you breathless.
I really don't like Taylor Swift.
Oh my God, got a long list of ex-lovers. Will tell you I'm insane because I got a blank page, baby. And I'll make, oh my God, that is a brother. Is it blank page or blank space? I can't remember. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
That is a perfect pop song. Perfect pop song. I love that song. That is A1. She left no crumbs when she made that song.
That is a pop song.
That is
Do you know what
banger.
kind of music I like? Do you know the R&B pop songs? Ella does it. LMA. Is it LMA? LMA does a really good R&B pop song.
Yeah.
Have you had Little Things?
No.
I don't know if I finished that song because as soon as she goes, hey, how you doing? How's your day going? Start again. Run that shit back. Like, I really listen to me. It's like a poppy R&B, like, oh, I'm so in love and everything's so perfect and you're so beautiful and sweet. I'm like, oh, this is nice.
We need these things in life.
Every time I hear, hey, how you doing? How's your day? Rewind it.
Reload
that song. Let me keep hearing it over and over and over again. But we gotta wrap this shit up.
Yeah, we've got to wrap it up and get out of
stop
here.
talking over and over and over again. But yeah, that is it for this episode.
Yes, it is.
Things happen. We talked about politics. Apparently.
Yeah, oh no, sorry. I was getting confused with another episode.
Oh, it was been a long ass day. We talked about things. Things were spoken about. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any thoughts, let us know. I've been your girl, Tolly T.
And just call me Audrey.
Bye.
Bye, guys. See you later.